Think you're smart? Let's see if you can guess the number Java picked using loops and logic. So today, we'll be building a mini game in Java, and you guess the number from 1 and 10, and Java will tell you if you're right or wrong using loops, logic, and scanner input. So, project overview. What are we going to do? Or what will you learn today? First of all, you will learn how to use while loops, user input with scanner, basic random number generation within interactive Java apps. Okay, so also I'm going to teach you how to do pseudocode, or how to think, or how to do problem solving properly. So what we're saying we're going to build is we're going to build a mini Java game, or a mini game in Java that will help us guess a number between 1 to 10, and we'll guess it. The range of the number will be 1 to 10. Then we'll have to guess which number is the number Java picked between 1 to 10. So if you're ready, just head over um to your IDE and I'll meet you there. Okay, so if you're ready, let me just create a new file, name it let's call this guessing game. Oops, guessing game. Okay, so this is our new file, and the same file is located outside the model root, so it won't be compiled. Oh, that's a mistake. So when using this, please make sure you click on where you want the file to be. Yes, guessing game. Okay, so you see, this always warns you. It always tells you what your error is. Unlike some other editors that won't even care what you're doing. So now let's go. So we're going to input we're going to think. Now let's do a bit of thinking above our code. First of all, we want a code that guesses a random number. So we need a way to generate random number for our computer, to tell our computer, okay, we need a random number from 1 to through 10. Okay, that is what we need to do. Now this is where loops comes in. So how do we achieve this? We should be able to use a while loop or a for loop, but let's go with a while loop since everything is going to be looped around continuously. So we're going to use a while loop to check for numbers of 1 to 10. So this is how you break down a problem. So we're going to use while loop to loop between 1 to 10. So the computer is going to use the while loop to pick a specific digit. So our computer is or will pick a digit between 1 through 10. Okay, 1 through 10. So that is for the computer. Now for the user, we are to guess the number picked by the PC. Okay, so we're going to guess which number. And how do we accept guess? We have to take, how do we get the user input? We use the scanner class. So we use the scanner class to take, or scanner up or take users input, right? So now you see, but the problem is making sense. So you don't just think of what should I write, or who should I check, or should I go to just ChatGPT? No, think. The problem will make sense to you when you see the problem as small, not huge. If you see the problem like, geez, I want to write this thing. No, think. Okay, now scanner. helps us to take the user's input. So we've gotten it. We've gotten how to get the random number using a while loop. We've gotten, if it was Python, there's what we call random, and there's also what we call random in JavaScript. I'm going to bring that for you in a second. Now, we've gotten what we need. We've gotten how to get random numbers. Either we use a while loop or we just import um, Java class called random. Okay, it just generates random number, and you have to tell the So um, what do we need now? Okay, we've gotten the while loop to keep the game running and also keep game running. Then next is to tell the to say, okay, when should this game stop? So this game continues if the user's guess is not equal. So you know how to write not equal in our same, okay? So we use the negative, okay? When coding is not equal to computer guess. Okay, so the game continues if the user guess is not equal to computer guess. Hence, we're using the while loop. So the game only stops when stops only when users guess matches PC's guess. Okay, so that is when the game should stop. So successfully, I've been able to write down what we want to do, and now we're going to take it step by step in our code. All right, so let's go individually. So first of all, we would want to do something. We want to import, since we're using the random, we're going to import random and scanner. So that should be the first thing on top, so that I won't forget. So we're going to import scanner and we're going to import random. So you see, just because I have this comment everywhere, my AI is able to suggest to me what I really want. So this is how you import your code. Now, next up, we're going to use this to run our game. So first, we want to be accepting input from the user. So we'll create this scanner, new scanner system.in. Note this is always the same whenever you put it in. Okay. So you can even cram it if you want, but it's self-explanatory. Now, next is we create an instance of random. The way we created an instance of scanner, we're creating an instance or an object of random. Now, this is our name of variable. Now, this is the random, the way we have scanner class and scanner random. Then we're calling a new scanner, a new random, just the way we import it. So it's the same thing. Random is a class under util, under Javax. So we're calling under Java, sorry, we're calling random a new object of random, which is this. Okay. Now there's no parameters because random does not have any parameters. If it were to be Python, there's a way you specify parameters, say 1 to 100, and they give you to 99, and there's a way you can make it to give you 1 to 100. But this is not Python, this is Java. So we're going to look for a way to make it give us 1 to 10 since there's no parameters to random. So how do we do this now? We go with an integer. I will call this integer number to guess. Now what we say is the number to guess. The number to guess, we say, now we use what we call rand. Rand means round this thing, rand next int. So we're rounding the next integer to 10. Now we add +1. Now notice something. Immediately you write in something that has a parameter, you see you get the name, which is bound. Okay, so later on you are going to understand all these snippets you see in your IntelliJ. That is why it's called IntelliJ. Like, it's very intelligent. Okay, so now why am I doing this? Normally, if you say round int of 10, you will get 9. Okay, so you are not going to get exactly 10. It was the same thing I was explaining about Python. 100. You're not going to get up to 100. You're going to get 1 and 99. Numbers between 1 to 99. So the same thing here. You're not going to get up to 10. So you're going to get numbers between 1 to 9. So adding 1 just makes it up to 10. Okay, that's a basic logic for that. And next up, we're going to put the guest user number to 0. So we're initializing the user that is going to guess. His initial guess is 0, while the computer is going to guess from 1 to, going to pick a random number from 1 to 9. Okay, now let's go to the while loop now. Okay, while, okay, so now we said guess, the game continues if the guess number is not equal to the computer guess. So you see, guess number is not equal. So that's what I could have written here. It's not equal. Okay, it's not equal to the number to guess, which is the computer guess. Okay, okay, now, so while this is not equal, they want to print system, yeah, guess number, or we can just say guess number between 1 to 10. So if the user guesses up to 10,000, okay, well, we are only sending you this message to know, oh, you're supposed to guess between 1 to 10. So stop guessing 1,000,000, 10,000, 1,000, 2,000, 3 and 50. So your guess, we're limiting your guess now. Okay, so your guess is between 1 to 10. So with that realization, we are going to the we're going to do the next thing. So we're telling the user, please, your guess is between 1 to 10. It's like playing the game and saying, for you to pass this game, do this and do this. So we're telling you the rules of the game now. So to play this game, your guess is between 1 to 10. So now we're putting our guess to, which is this guess now, we're setting it to input.next int. We're taking only integers and not float. So if we're to be taking float, we say your guess should be 1.00. But now we're taking ints, so there is no need, just put next int there. Then now we write the if statement. So if guess is equal to number to guess. So if the answer is 1 and the number to guess from here is 1, then what are we doing? We print correct or congratulations, you guessed it. Okay, then else we print sorry, you didn't guess it, try again. Or let's say try again. Okay, okay, so try again. So this is the simple code we're doing. And do not forget to close your scanner class outside everything, outside the while loop. So you close your scanner class right here, input dot close. So now notice we do not have something like I plus plus or I minus minus. Why? Because we're not dealing with increments of numbers, but this is our condition. Our condition for the while loop to continue running is if the guess is not equal to number guess. So if number guess, say for instance, let's use comment. If the computer gets 10 and me as a user guesses 3, the game continues because my guess is not equal to the computer guess. Now if the game replays again and the computer guesses 3, and this time I say, okay, I'm guessing 20, I'm guessing 9. The guess is not still okay, equal to the computer's guess. So the game keeps looping and looping and looping. So immediately the computer guesses 3 and I guess 3, then it gets printed to the console. Congratulations, you guessed it, and the game stops. So that's what you see here. Once guess is equal to number of guess, print this and the game stops, because now the guess is no longer equal to number of guess. So this statement has cancelled this statement out, meaning your loop stops to function or stops to loop. Now without saying much, let's run this code. Okay, to enter your number. So basically I'm blind to this because I don't even know what the computer number is. So it's telling me to try again. So it's not 1. Yeah, so the number was actually 2. So there's a way you can add more fun to this. You can add more fun by saying if your guess is greater than the computer guess, print number digit is too high. If it's too low, print digits is too low. So you can just play with it. So you see the computer's guess was actually 2. Okay, and you see immediately I got it process finished with exit code 0. So this means your code runs smoothly. I forgot to tell you what this means. So this is really an IDE for you as a developer. This IDE makes you feel like, yes, you're a developer. Stop using Notepad or Notepad++ and go run into your terminal. That just makes you feel weird. Okay, there are things that are already working, so make use of them. So let's run this code again. I don't actually know what the number is, so let's try 4. Let's try 9. Let's try 2. 1. 5. Okay, so the answer was 5. So let's see if I could get it in the first try. I know that would be like running an infinite loop. Okay, okay, I knew it. To be like running an infinite loop. Oh, the number was actually 10. Okay, so this is how fun it is, and let's go back to our slides to explain what we're doing right here. Okay, so this is the explanation of what we have been doing. So the first thing is random. So the word rand dot next int, we're putting in 10 plus 1. So this picks a number between 1 and 10. Okay, so the plus 1, I actually told you it picks between 1 and 9. Then if you add the 1, it becomes 10. So the next one is the while. The while gives us the guess, which is not equal to number to guess. So this keeps looping until they get it right, until the user gets it right. Now, there is the third point we say is simple logic, powerful pattern. So this is how real games works. Okay, so I told you I made a reference to Call of Duty initially. So when you are in your battle mode, you find out that until your team gets to the 30 mark or the I think 60 mark, then the game keeps looping. Okay, you keep dying, keep coming back, keep dying, keep coming back. The game keeps looping. Okay, till you get to the 30. The first half is 30, and upon all, you still keep looping till you get to the second score. And if you do not win, and maybe the opponent win, you get to play a third time. So till there's a winner. So you see, there is a loop there. Every of this thing comes in simple patterns like this. That is what we go ahead to scale up to productive or high um large codes that are very, very productive in um, the real world today. So those large codes came from smaller codes like this. So the better and the earlier you understand smaller codes like this, the faster you're able to come up with the next big thing on the space today or in our world today. Okay. So do not be limited. Learn how to use this code, these smaller codes, the best possible way so that you can be able to build bigger lines of code that will run under the same logic and pattern as the smaller codes. Okay, so I hope you understand everything there, and I want to give you a bonus challenge. Okay, so in this challenge I want you to level it up. Count how many guesses it took. So like I said before, if the guess was too high, just add a too high, or if it's too low, add a too low hint. So then give them only 3 lives. So how do you do this? First of all, you can say initial guess by initializing int number of guesses equals 3, which is give them only 3 lives. Okay, then let's, or you can say int guess count equals to 0, guesses or amount of guess equals to 0. So now you can do this by saying um int, oh sorry, no, while in your condition you can say during the first, if guess is not equal to the computer's guess minus from um guess count, okay, which is that 3 minus from it. So when the loop keeps running and you get to 1 to 0, then the game stops. Say you're out of lives, blah blah blah. So if this challenge is so difficult for you, you can use an AI to help yourself. And I'm actually saying what you need to do. So if you are really really good at um using loops, you can do it according to what I'm saying. But if you are not too good, you can go ahead to use AI. So you also understand how to use AI to make to write any code you find challenging to write. Okay, so that is also very useful for you. All right, so you just built your first Java game with logic, loops, and some cool randomness. So, like if you find, sorry, like if you guessed it first try, which is, we know nobody actually, I don't know, maybe you did guess it on your first try. So if you did guess it on your first try, do it to leave a like using the like button and sub for more chill Java projects. So also do it to comment what game we should make next. So I'm up for it. What game should we make next? Is it please, it should also be console games since we are still learning. And if you really want real end games, which means games with UI and the rest, well, you can also comment that so we can make that. But since we're learning, we need to make things that concerns your beginner stage, okay? So when you begin to progress to professional level, you can be able to start asking for those type of projects. And even before you ask, I will make sure to post them in this channel so you can enjoy coding in different languages, maybe Java, maybe Python, maybe JavaScript. Okay, so even when you get used to these languages, you would not really want to go back to JavaScript. Okay, but depends on you. So I'm leaving you here in this section or this video. So do well to leave a like, comment, and also subscribe. And another thing I want to remind you of, the side benefit of this free tutorials is for us to get this channel to 1,000 subscribers. Okay, so if we're there, we're having so many content on this channel that you would even be the one to be like, oh, there's so many things I can do here. So all this just to improve your resume so that you can be able to have so many cool stuff in your resume or your portfolio, and you can be able to write a good you can be able to have a good resume by the time you're up for IT or maybe looking for a job. Okay, so do where to leave a subscribe or a like or comment, and see you in the next one. Peace.